控制我们的渔船，把他们控制。
立即放人放船。我们也再次警告菲律宾方面，不要再采取任何挑衅行动。
At around 10 a.m. on May 6, 2014, Cheong Hai 09063 and Cheong Hai 03168 were fishing in the waters around Half Moon Shoal of the Nansha Islands. Then, two Philippines boats approached them. Several armed men on one boat boarded Cheong Hai 09063 by force and shot 4 or 5 times in the air.
对，我们当时在作业，忽然有一艘小船靠近我们，我以为是菲律宾的渔船，收换大米啦、淡水了，好大米的淡水，但是没有防备的下，他们就突然靠近船了，登船，拿出那个收风箱。
The Philippine Coast Guards were disguised as fishermen. They told the 11 members of the crew of Cheong Hai 09063 that the latter were illegally fishing in the sea area of the Philippines, and the Philippines was detaining them and impounding their boats.
他们一上那个船上，把上那个通讯设备啦，全部都断掉那电源，大概36个小时。
According to Chine, the fishing boat arrived at Palawan of the Philippines at 1 a.m. on May 7, 2014, and then they were transferred. Around 7 o'clock on May 11th, the 11 Chinese fishermen were taken to the Puerto Princess police station. The police handed us a document and asked us to sign it immediately.
承认我们的船在菲律宾的海域捕鱼，他就是立即放人。他说，要是你没有承认在菲律宾的海域，他就判我们20年的监禁。
As he recalled, during the illegal detainment by the Philippine government, they were asked and forced to sign the document for several times. The whole process lasted for 6 months. At over 10 court sessions, they were told that as long as we admitted we were fishing in the territorial sea of the Philippines, we would be released at any time, immediately.
最终判了1年的监禁，刑期就是2015年的5月12号到期。
They were convicted of illegal entry. During the custody, the law enforcement standard had changed frequently, depending on whether they agreed to sign the documents. From the intimidation of 20 years imprisonment to 395 days of jail time, what is the Philippines' sentencing criterion? And what confused Chine was if signing documents meant getting a release. Then it seemed that the Philippines was not following the law in trying the case fairly, but playing with the law. They were just trying to suppress those fishermen who were fishing generation after generation within the sea area of their own country. If so, what exactly does the signature mean? According to the historical record, the sea areas of Xisha, Nansha, and Zhongsha had become traditional fisheries for Chinese fishermen as early as the Ming Dynasty. Chinese fishermen have been fishing in the South China Sea for generations, since the time of their ancestors. As one of the Nansha Islands, Half Moon Shoal is honored as the grandfather of the sea by Chinese fishermen. It is one of the major bases for fishing. The reef is shaped like half a moon. The name of the shoal typically reflects Chinese people's intuitive thinking. Most of the Nansha Islands were named by the Tanmun fishermen, especially their captains. The pronunciation of these islands somewhat follows the rules of the Hainan dialect.
经历里的生活条件呢比较差，跟那个菲律宾的汉人一起住在一起生活，就是一起关在那里嘛。我们在那里就是人生地不熟，语言不通。
我们老公经常到那边吃海，到那边作业的，他就扣押我的遗产，那我在家里都真的很难过。
Chun Yi-chuan served a very difficult time in prison and missed his family. He thought of his country fellow, Ma Yun-xiu, an 80-year-old fisherman who was once imprisoned by the Philippines. On March 25, 1995, Ma Yun-xiu and 3 other Qionghai fishing boats were fishing near Alicia Annie Reef of Nansha. Then they were detained by the Philippines illegally. 62 Chinese fishermen, including him, were illegally captured. In the next 10 months, the Philippines courts tried them on charges of illegal entry, and Philippines also asked Mai to sign a document to admit fishing in the sea area of the Philippines in exchange for his release. During that time, he once wrote a poem.
Số kỳ sinh số nhìn vũ không, nhị vũ không. Tôi chỉ cao kham chi sinh phong. Việt tim cho tô phi hoài hiện quân vô bằng lũ tàu tông.
Ma Yun-xiu wrote this poem to the interpreter, an overseas Chinese from Hainan province, who tried to persuade him to sign the document. Mai looked into the eyes of the interpreter. Mai was wondering whether he would think of his Hainan compatriots whose life depended on the sea since ancient times, and whether he had ancestors and relatives in that area.
父亲呢也会跟人家去南沙出海，所以我们现在也还要造船送ผ่าน那南沙那块海域继续生产。